Hello guys, and welcome to Shadow Source, your source for gaming, and I'm your host, Brave Shadow. And today, we're going to be answering the question, loot boxes. Are they gambling? Now, I just want to let you know that we can't talk about loot boxes without mentioning EA and DICE. For those who do not know, DICE has recently pulled out the feature to pay for their loot box in Battlefront 2, as it is the only efficient way to obtain loot boxes, but the drop rate of legitimate items made it a highly risky venture. Now, when asking the question that we've set for ourselves, we gotta define gambling. According to Google, it's playing a game of chance for money, betting, or taking a risky action for desired result. In both references, it is always involving investing for a random outcome that may or may not turn out well in your favor. Now, literal gambling has always been in video games, but usually was never a core mechanic, and you'd put virtual money in and receive virtual items. So you never truly lost anything of real world value. The game you bought was $60, and you never poured another dime in. Until now, that is. Overwatch, Destiny 2, Shadow of War, Call of Duty World War II, Star Wars Battlefront. Oh my gosh, the list is endless. Now, with that being said though, is it really gambling? I mean, at least when you put money in, you're always getting something in return. You're never, I guess, left empty-handed. The ESRB, which is the organization in charge of rating games, claimed that it isn't gambling because you're always receiving content in return. They even compared it to buying a pack of trading cards. Though, even when you buy a pack of cards, you are performing a gamble of sorts. But the difference is, one, if you don't get what you like, you can trade the cards with somebody else for something that you do want. And secondly, if you don't want to take the gamble, you can buy pre-built decks. So in video games with these loot box systems in place, there isn't an ability to trade unwanted items or straight out buy the items that you want from the loot table. Alright, so what makes us want to risk it for the biscuit and pour more money into it even though we know statistically the odds aren't in our favor? It's because of something called variable ratio, which is a system of using unpredictable rewards to continue a desired behavior. Simply put, the longer we play, we will eventually win, but we just won't know when. So we keep putting time and resources until we do. The work or the money went into getting that reward gives us a rush or a sense of relief, making us willing to attempt it again. This works especially well for those who are prone to addiction. There's a thread on Reddit about a 19-year-old gamer who claimed he spent over $10,000 in loot boxes and microtransactions in various games through the similar psychological method. Now, even a game like Overwatch that already uses the variable ratio also uses the Scarcity Principle, which is a system where an item or resource is in small quantity or is only around for a limited time. It creates a sense of urgency to drive a person to purchase something before supply or time runs out. We see this with annual skins around for special events, which create a sense of, hey, better get it before it's gone vibe, which can pressure people to eventually breaking down to spend some money so they can improve their chances, which we know isn't true. It is these psychological tactics that don't prey on the strong-willed or the common gamer, but it's those who are prone to addiction or people who just don't have time to grind all day long. It isn't required that everyone spend money because this is the target audience that they're after, because they know they will spend more money than the majority in the first place. So, coming back to the original question of this video, are loot boxes gambling? Yes, you risk your real-world money to obtain something that you want with the high probability that you won't. Isn't it like trading cards? No, because you cannot trade your items with other players to receive things that you do want, and you cannot buy any sort of bundle pack or deck or anything like that with guaranteed items that come from the same drop table as the loot boxes themselves. Though, luckily, places like Belgium are phasing these systems out, and then we have, people in Hawaii that are trying to do the same. So it is a shame that game companies have to do this to obtain money instead of making a great game that is worthy of purchasing day one, that is worthy of buying additional iterations of the series, or even buying a season pass. Publishers, developers, and everyone involved in making games, in this day and age, you should really take a step back and think, you know, you do not want to punish the gamer. You do not want to abuse or use them or make them feel exploited. No one likes that. First it was, DLCs, which were cutting, core game content and claiming that it's additional content when it was already on the disc, and now we have this. So when will it end where we have these publishers and the developers creating these systems that aren't gamer friendly? I don't know when it's going to end, but I know the first way to make that stop, and that's by being a very vocal person in your gaming community, amongst your friends, amongst fans that you have. Just advocate for things that are friendly for everyone. So, thank you for watching this video. If you like what I had to say, drop a like for me. If you have something to say to me, leave a comment for me. And last of all, I got 2 more things for you guys to do. Hit that subscribe and click on the bell. And to show further support, hit me up on Patreon and give me $1 or 2. And if you want to check any of my sources that I use to create this video, I'm going to leave them down in the description of the video. And as always, have fun, guys. Keep gaming, keep doing what you love, and don't let anybody stop you from doing that. And, don't invest your money into these loot boxes because they suck balls. Alright, Shadow out.
Life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. A town called Bel Air. A town called Bel Air. A town called Bel Air.